As Trump has come into power in USA, one sector is actually impact a lot is nothing but a renewable sector. You see, Vari Energies, Premier Energies, and many other renewable stocks are falling from last 3 4 days. Almost 15 to 20% fall has happened in these stocks, so-called multi-bagger stock, because everyone is investing in these stocks. Now, today we are going to talk about the companies which are financing this renewable sector. Okay, we are going to talk about Power Finance, REC, and IREDA. Now, why we are this is there is a clear cut connection. If these renewable stocks may not perform, then basically the power finance finance company which no basically provide finance to all these projects. And it's not only this project, like Tata Power, Adani Green, and so many renewable projects. Basically, then they will be also in a problem. I'm not saying they are directly in problem, but let us understand the context, and we'll talk about whether you should buy this company or not. I'm talking about, as I told you, PFC, REC, and IREDA. So we'll talk in detail about it. Before I go, guys, if you have any questions related to any sector or stock, put it in the comment box. I'll do answer. And at the end, I'm going to go through all the questions which you asked. Few of the questions will go to and answer that. Okay, put it in the comment box. Now let us talk about PFC, REC, and IREDA. Now, if you see, IREDA already fallen almost 38 to 40% from the top. PFC and RAC has already fallen 20%. And one of the other reason is that, of course, the market has fallen. But again, renewable sector is in a problem just because of this US also. And that is why, no, they also are in a issue. See, why US is impacting this renewable sector? Because, like, no, if you talk about Vari, then if you talk about Premier and many other, they are also exporting a lot. That we'll talk about the solar modules and all that. Okay, तो क्या होता है कि when you have an export of almost 40%, 50%, then it will directly impact if one of the biggest country tell that, okay, we are not have a great, you can say, no initiative, we are not having a great initiative on renewable sector, so directly that this sector is getting impacted. So indirectly these companies are getting also impacted, and that's why it is so important to understand the context. Now, when we talk about these three companies, it's not that these three companies are not good. These three companies are doing very good. If we see on the shareholder return also perspective, in last 3 years, if you talk about, no, all these three companies has given a great return. Last 3 years, both PFC and REC has given around 38%. Sorry, 5 years 38%, and 3 years almost more than 60% CAGR return. If you talk about IREDA, from 60, it has almost 5 times it has gone. Now almost it is around 200 rupees. So almost 3 times return in a year. What it shows, these companies are given a great return. Okay, but from here, what we have to do when we see the quarterly result, and all the three companies given a result. REC, if you see, year on year profitability gone up by 7%, Power Finance at 10%, but IREDA, very good growth of almost 36%. Quarter on quarter also, Power Finance has not grown, but IREDA was by 1%, but REC has grown by almost 17%. Okay, types of growth. Okay, of course, IREDA year on year there is a big jump because they have given a lot of loan. Because see, at then now from last 1 year, you see suddenly renewable sector has pick up a speed, and that's many projects these guys are bring. Whether we talk about Tata, Adani's, even Reliance, and all these solar manufacturing companies. So of course your loan output will be more. Okay, you will be giving more loans, and that's why the growth is there. But the main problem arises, guys, this is very important to understand कि आगे जाके क्या होगा. Is there will be any NP issues coming in the future, because all this loan is given to the private companies. Okay, mostly to the private companies. Now you may say that a few manufacturers are there from a public sector also, but no, there are. But if you see, the big investment is done by Adani, Tata's, Reliance, and all these solar manufacturing company like Vari, Premier, Websol, and all that. Okay, there are many others also. So if you are lending to this company, the biggest fear is that only if after 3 years, 4 years, if any of this company goes in a problem, then directly impact will be there, and that is the threat you have to consider specifically for IREDA. And you can talk about now REC also. power finance है, but now slowly and gradually they are going to build renewable. Now renewable does not include only solar. Your solar, wind, all this is considered as a renewable only. So ये एक fear factor रहेगा, and that's why everyone will fear that will the NPA goes up. Again, what type of geopolitical crisis is going on at the end of the day? If some of the countries, like we spoken about US, similarly Europe, if any issues are there, and see, they have a biggest threat against the China. Okay, our biggest threat is China. China, if you ask, in solar, no, 70% of the export in the world is done by China only. They are the biggest manufacturing of solar cells and everything. Now if they go in a like no, they do a discounting because their economy is in a problem, then these companies will also problem. But yes, if Trump levy a higher tax on China import, then we may get benefit. But in a way, if he also put levy a tax on us also on our side, then again both the company will be in a problem. So there are a lot of if and buts happening. There is no doubt that renewable sector is going to grow a lot in future. There is no doubt about it. The only thing is, as and when it goes, whether the companies will be remaining see solvent or not. Why I'm telling you like this? When there is a mega trend starts, normally क्या होता है कि सभी कंपनी उसमें डाई मारती है. Like when telecom started, no, how many, maybe 20 companies, 15 companies jump to start their own telecom business. At then what happened? Now three companies are there, or you can take four: Vodafone Idea, Airtel, then BSNL, then basically Geo. Okay, so basically four companies are there. Rest all the companies gone away. इसी तरह भी renewable sector में भी, maybe after 3 years, 5 years, I don't know what will happen. But there also some companies is going to default. Now, whichever companies are going to default, so companies which are being financed by this type of like power finance companies like this PFC, REC और IRDA, तो indirectly इनको भी bad debts आएगा ना. मैं वो बोल नहीं रहा हूँ आ जाएगा. Hope you are getting about that. I'm talking about the future. Now when we talk about that, like if you see so many company bursted in between. Now Vodafone Idea is in a problem, then SBI, Bank of Baroda, everyone is in a problem because they finance their capital. Okay, finance their capital investment and all that. Similarly for these companies will come in. So this point you have to keep in mind. I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but yes, the future, if you see the trend, if you see the history, this normally happens. So that you have to keep in mind. And again, see, like company like IREDA, no, if you see the overall price to book value is around 5.7 times. Okay, when we talk about PFC and REC is almost PFC is a 1.5 and REC is almost 1.9. Okay, so almost 3 times hai IREDA ka price to book value. So it is been, कहते हैं ना कि वैल्यूड एट अ परफेक्शन. ओके, तो इसमें कुछ भी ऊपर नीचे हुआ ना, द स्टॉक में फॉल अ लॉट, and that's why that stock has fallen 40% from the top. Hope you are able to understand the link what I'm trying to say. See, if you ask any analyst in the market, anyone, they will say that at least these companies will grow at 15 to 20% sales and profitability over the years. No doubt about it. Okay, इवन IIDA का तो और ज्यादा रेट से भागेंगे. इवन if I consider what is their ROC, in when we talk about NBFC and all that, no, you have to see ROA and ROE, sorry. So ROA, return on asset, and RE is return on equity. So ROA अगर हम लोग बात करें ना, so if you see IREDA 2.2, PFC 2.7, REC 2.8, having an ROA about 2 is always an excellent. Always keep this in mind. अगर जब भी आप कोई फाइनेंस कंपनी देखोगे ना, तो if you have about 2, then it is very good, even for the banks also. So very good part that okay, they are earning a good return based on what they are giving a loan. ROE is also, if you see, IREDA is 17, PFC is 21, even REC is 22. So in all matters, no, this all ratios of all these companies are doing excellent. And again, and that is why these companies now has given so excellent result in last 3 to 5 years. Again, when we talk about P ratio, तो normally देखते नहीं है, but just to tell you, P ratio of Power Finance and REC is around 7 and 9 only, but IREDA is almost 37. But normally, we don't see P ratio when we talk about the finance company. So if you see these metrics, I think because of price to book is such high, IREDA is very, very expensive compared to PFC and REC. And the reason is they have a tremendous growth over the years. If you see the last 5 years, IIDA profit has gone by 53%, PFC and REC almost 18 to 19%. So कहते हैं ना 3 गुना growth हुआ है IID का in last 3 years, and that's why this company is always in quite a demand. But the risk is also always there because your valuation is high. But what about the future? Let us talk about the future, because at the end of the day, you want to buy this stock now to earn money. The only thing, as I told you, the revenue growth and all that will be there. Okay, at least if 15 to 20% PFC REC, maybe for if you talk about IID, it will be much more on a more than 20%. Okay, much more because of renewable sector booming. The only caveat here is that whether some default is going to come and some of the company may get burst over the time. That is the risk will always be there. But hopefully, whenever this financing company give loan to any of the no the renewable sector companies, they must be doing a proper due diligence and all that. But something always comes. If you see net NPA ratios of all the three companies is very, very low. So no complaints on that part. No complaints on that part. But things like this happen. No, Trump, what the way he told today, but by the time I recording this one, Vari Energy is almost on a circuit down 10% down. So few days ago we have released one video, and at that time also I told, no, when I compare Websol, then Vari Energies and then Premier Energies, like the Trump issue जो है उसको कितना बड़ा है हमें पता नहीं चलेगा, correct? So this is what you have to keep in mind. It's like, no, you have to review these stocks quarterly basis in order to gauge that okay, this investment is valid or not. Otherwise, no, if you feel that okay, NPAs are coming, then you have to get rid, because currently things are going very smoothly, but थोड़ा uphill task है. IID, sorry, renewable sector, still it is coming up. It's a big mega trend for next 5-10 years. It's a big mega trend, and believe me, these three companies are going to benefit a lot, because these are the only three companies. There are some other banks also they are providing, but they are specifically, if you ask, PFC, REC, IID are the three companies which provide loans. So scope is big. Now, when we talk about valuation, of course, IID on an expensive side, PFC, REC is little bit reasonable if you talk, and if you talk about ratio point of view and all that between PFC and REC is having a much better ratio. So that you have to keep in mind. So guys, hope you like this video. Guys, if you like it, do like it and share it to everyone. Please click the like button. Okay, and as I told you guys, if you want to attend our session on our workshop of how to analyze the company, the link is given below. Do click it and do join it. This Wednesday will be having around 8 o'clock. Now let us talk about some of the queries which you are having, and no, lot many queries I am receiving. So put it in your comment box, no, that no, any query you have, so I'll go through it. I'm just opening that. Sorry, actually मैं भूल गया था open करने का. So 1 minute. And by the way, guys, yeah, just a minute. Normally I do take sectors and the stocks and everything, so not to worry. Okay, so let us take all the questions. So the first question is been asked by 1 minute. Yeah. So the first question is been asked by uh, yeah. So basically, Vari का ही आया है क्वेश्चन. It's been asked by Dilesh Arai, and Vari का अभी देखो क्या है कि basically that is the question is asked, and okay, and ये एक ऐसी चीज है ना कि जो हमें आपको वेट करना पड़ेगा. इफ यू हैव ऑलरेडी आईपीओ में लिया है आपने, नो, देन यू कैन थिंक ऑलमोस्ट डबल हो गया है आपका, देन यू वांट, यू कैन टेक इट आउट. ऑनेस्टली मेरे पास भी ये स्टॉक था, आई हैव बुक द प्रॉफिट because after this what we have got it from the Trump Saab, no, even I booked the profit today only. I'm upfront, I'm telling you guys. By the way, I'm a SEBI registered research analyst, so many of the stocks I discuss may be owning by the clients, but if if something I have, I'll always tell you. So I'll be safe here. Let me see how the things will, then we can talk about it. Okay. uh, Now let me talk about Ujjain chemist Yuva 591 Ujjain Finance Bank. What to do? Ujjain Finance Bank, of course, not given a great result. And over the time, if you see, that also facing a lot of issues through microfinance lending and all that. So थोड़ा हमें वेट करना चाहिए. आई थिंक ऑल द बैंक लाइक उत्कर्ष स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक ऑल्सो रिजल्ट है, वो भी वहाँ भी एक प्रॉब्लम वही हुआ, microfinance lending. So it's a problem. You have to consider it much more seriously. अगर जहां भी आपको वो lending ज्यादा, लेकिन that is a stock you should avoid. Okay. uh, then one thing is 1 minute. Logesh Swaran is asking, please compare the sector funds. Okay, sector index, Nifty Auto versus Nifty EV, Nifty Pharma is Nifty Healthcare, Nifty IT, Nifty India Digital. Okay, I'll try to take that Logesh in future. As the time is less, I'll not able to talk in detail. Okay. I acknowledge. Then Vijay Kumar is telling, I acknowledge and admire videos which are highly informative for long-term valuation. Thank you. Uh, Basically, another question I received is Bipin Brahmat. Then no, please speak in Hindi. देखो बिपिन जी, मैं हिंदी में बोलूंगा, लेकिन I'll go with my flow. And Hindi English mix hoga, so I'll try to speak more in Hindi in future, but it will be Hindi English mix. Okay. uh, KPI green, why you left Sandeep? अब मैंने जानबूझ के नहीं, but I got a संदीप, बहुत सारे मुझे रिक्वेस्ट आई थी that you compare Vari Energies, then Premier and Websol, and that's why I have taken that 3 KPI in future. Of course, I will take it. Okay. Suzlon Energy, I have bought at 3,000 at 80. Sonuri 9678. What to do? See, of course, यार 80 rupees is too less. No, तो आपको टेंशन नहीं लेना है, तो आप होल्ड कीजिए. बट 80 रुपीज में नहीं, 80 में लिया है. ओ सॉरी, 80 में तो थोड़ा ज्यादा ही हो गया. सॉरी, मेरा अभी तो लास्ट प्राइस, इफ आई जस्ट हैव टू चेक सुजलोन का आज का प्राइस क्या है. आई थिंक इट दैट हैज आल्सो गॉन डाउन. तो और 3,000 क्यों ले लिए भाई, इतने सारे क्यों ले लेते हो? 61 पॉइंट एंड ऑलमोस्ट 1. सो इसका प्रॉब्लम क्या हुआ? Basically, if I talk about Suzlon, no, the current quarter was not so great, and some of the downgrades happened during the weekend. So that was the problem for Suzlon. But I think if you want, you can wait. But Suzlon का भी, if you see the exposure in US is very less, so इतना बड़ा issue नहीं आना चाहिए. But now you have to wait for the next quarter, then you can take a decision. Shibu Yasudas 1087 is saying that Websol is the best. See, Websol, of course, no, it has given a great result. If I just see Websol where it is currently, so if you see Websol today also 5% down. No, just because of this suddenly renewable sector का problem आया, तो वो भी down है. And at this time, you don't try to be too much kind of brave hearted, and no, just wait and things get settled, and then you can take a decision of buying a stock. Okay. Then 1 minute. Then Kasar Srinivasa 690 make video on the index on ETF investment in India, China. Okay, I'll try to cover that. Okay. Okay, last question. I'll take it. So many questions I'm receiving. Okay. Okay, what do you think about Bharti Airtel? Rajeshwari is asking. So Bharti Airtel, of course, a good stock. Of course, this stock has fallen little bit currently. But अगर उसका result देखो ना, very good result. I think that this is a stock no which may give you a good return over the time. Again, not a recommendation. Do your own analysis before investing. But yes, overall, I think I am okay with the Bharti Airtel. चलेगा, इस यहाँ तक रखते हैं, and I'll see you soon. And if you have any question, put it in the comment box. I'll try to take your request next time for sure, and I'll see you soon in the next. See you then. Bye bye.